All right, this is what everyone's been waiting for. The debut of professional women's freestyle fighting here in the IFC. And what a match to begin all female matches with. Betty Fagan against Becky Levi. Believe me, this is about you don't want to miss. And again, all the fine people here at Akwesasne waiting to see this as Betty Fagan enters the cage. She's from Trotwood, Ohio, 5'6.5", 238 pounds. She's 38 years old. She's jiu-jitsu is her style, but more importantly, she is very proud of the fact she's one of the first women to ever fight freestyle professionally.
This should be interesting. I have a feeling we're going to see some hopefully good wrestling skills because of her trainer. I don't know what to expect, just like everybody watching us on a tube now. I'm sure they know what to expect. I think both these ladies are going to be out there executing just like real professional men.
Of course, Wes Gassaway, who will be in our IFC Tournament Championship, is her fiance. But this is her opponent, Becky Levi from Tucson, Arizona. 6 foot tall, 225 pounds. She's 34 years old. She has been an Olympic alternate in the discus, a silver medalist in the World Championship, Olympic women's weightlifting. Told us before, earlier tonight, that she can squat 425 pounds, bench 240, and says she's not a very good bench presser.
Plus, she do a clean and jerk of 262. That's amazing.
She is one awesome specimen of a woman that has climbed into the cage for the first women's professional freestyle fight. Let's go to our ring announcer, Jeff Weller.
Akwesasne, we're going to make history tonight. This is the first time there's been a women's freestyle full contact match, and we've got it here. Introducing first to my left, a jiu-jitsu and aikido stylist. She is 38 years of age and stands in at 5 feet 6.5 inches tall, weighing 238 pounds. From Trotwood, Ohio, Betty Fagan. And her opponent to my right, a 10-year veteran of judo and wrestling. She was a silver medalist in women's weightlifting world championships and a 2-time Olympic alternate in discus. She is 34 years of age and stands in at 6 feet tall, weighing 215 pounds. From Tucson, Arizona, Becky Levi.
Becky Levi, she's a high school teacher and coach of boys football and wrestling. Her aspiration is to make fighting a full-time occupation, and her coach, Dan Severn. You might remember that name from these kind of fights as Becky crosses the cage to face Betty Fagan. Oh, right away. This one looks like it won't last long.
A good right hand.
Becky Levi on top of Betty Fagan.
I want to make sure we make the announcement that Don Fry is really her trainer.
But Dan Severn has done quite a bit of work with Becky Levi, trying to show the ropes of this freestyle fighting technique as she starts to pummel away at Betty Fagan. Betty Fagan, 4 years older, 238 pounds. Becky Levi, 225 pounds. Some rights to the face of Betty Fagan.
She's covered up good.
Of course, Betty Fagan, the soon-to-wed Wes Gassaway, who will be in our championship of our IFC tournament tonight here in Akwesasne. And Becky Levi right now got her up against the mat and the cage, putting a little hurt to Betty Fagan.
Yeah, she had her feet spread pretty wide there so that Betty couldn't come out from underneath.
Right behind Highness. That voice you hear is Wes Gasaway shouting instructions to Betty Fagan a minute and a half into this fight. And there's already some blood across the eye of Betty Fagan.
She's got to keep her head off that mat.
Gasaway has thrown in the towel. Wes Gasaway in the corner has thrown in the towel from Betty Fagan. So our winner is Becky Levi. In a time of 1 minute, 45 seconds, Becky Levi making history. 1:44 making history, our first ever women's world title fight champion. And now to get the official announcement.
At 1:44 in the match, the winner and history maker, Becky Levi.
Tony, here's a look at Becky Levi as she starts to go to work on Betty Fagan.
She fought a real smart fight. She was throwing a lot of little headbutts. At this point here, she created some space and was able to drive power in there. At 215, 220, you know, people look at this and go, oh, these are women fighting, but they've got the weight and power of most men. Those shots hurt.
Wes Gasaway, who is standing just over your shoulder, shouting instructions to his fiancée, had seen enough, threw in the towel, and that was it. Let's go to Joe Louis.
That's kind of interesting. How long you two known each other?
About 9-10 months.
Not too much. When is the wedding date?
About a month and a half, 2 months.
Now, was that working on your mind tonight? You come in here prepared? Did you feel ready?
As ready as I could have been.
Now, she's a pretty strong girl, wouldn't you say?
She's one hell of a fighter.
You felt the strength. You put up a good match. I was kind of impressed. One thing we didn't anticipate sitting on there watching the screen is this long hair. Was that hair in your face a little bit when you two got down there on the mat?
No.
Because I couldn't see. This is something new. How do you feel being a part of history? You know, this is history being made.
I'm proud of it. I'm proud of it. I'm coming back for more.
Okay, we look forward to seeing you again now. So you guys hang in and have a happy marriage, okay?
Thank you.
Bye-bye. First of all, right off the bat, I was watching you punch the heavy bag yesterday, and I was thinking, yeah, she needs a little work on her hand skills, but then I said, I'm going to keep my mouth shut. You said you talked to me after the bout. You came out there with a perfect setup jab, right cross, ran it right on the button. She was like knees buckle right off the bat.
Well, you know, that makes me feel really good that you tell me that, because I was thinking about your comments to me, and I wanted to make it a stand-up fight, and I wanted to do the best I could on my feet, and then if it went to the ground like it did, then I'd take it from there. So.
Now, tell us the truth. How much strength did you actually use there? I noticed the technique was really taken.
Not very much. Not very much.
It was all a technique bout. Now, this hair, I couldn't see anything when you got down there. We kind of want to see your face. When did you know you had her?
You mean on the mat? Or?
Yes, on the mat.
After I got about 3 headbutts in, I figure I softened her up with those. So.
Now, you realize you didn't get a lot of airtime, right?
Yeah.
Now, tell us about this little relationship over here, Mr. Severin over here. Some people say Chevron, they call you other things. Were you proud of her?
Oh, I was very proud of her. She went out there. I mean, you know, you got a world-class athlete right here. I mean, she can do anything that she wants to do. That's why, you know, we've rightfully named her the specimen. There's nothing she can't do.
I was watching her hit the bag last night. She was really torquing that hip, torquing those punches, and I guess you got that from your discus experience.
Yeah, I sure did. So, you know, especially when I was talking to you and I was watching your rotation, I thought how both of those things, throwing the discus and the shot put, really helped me in my boxing. So I just tried to put them both together.
Now, you know what's going to happen if you ever hit somebody with one of those shots.
Yeah, I figured they're going to be in big trouble. I haven't hit anybody with a right yet.
Now, tell us how Dan came into play here. Your official trainer is Don Fry, is that correct?
Well, yeah, I trained Don, and I've worked with him. I met Dan through Don, and at one of the UFCs, I asked him if he'd roll around with me on the mat to find out if I got potential for this sport, and he definitely told me yes. So
Dan, tell us the truth. How does she do with men when she trains at home?
Oh, she does phenomenally. I got to throw bigger men out there, stronger men out there, because she dominates them. She's been an assistant wrestling coach, assistant football coach. I mean, in judo, she's got an incredible background.
Now, Dan, how do you feel about this IFC free fighting style here? Would you like to become a part of this type of event?
I support all these types of organizations that are out here. I mean, I think the more groups that are out there, it's giving more athletes the opportunity to go out there and to showcase their skills.
Well, congratulations. I know we look forward to seeing you again. I'd like to see you in Sports Illustrated and a lot of other media events and what have you. And Dan, I can take that we'll be seeing more of Dan also. Gotcha.